when you tokenize something, you now have the ability to take something that's intangible and making it tangible through the wrapper that is the token. And so when you look at the most valuable things in the world that are intangible, that are set to benefit the most from tokenization and the ability to kind of make those things tangible, I think the answer would be culture and influence. So these are probably the two places that have the biggest TAM in this great unlock that is tokenization. On one side, you have influence, which, moves so much of the markets, whether we know it or not. And you now have the ability to tokenize influence through somebody's likeness, which I think is an interesting one. And probably even bigger than that is culture. You see this through meme coins. Like, what are meme coins really? Meme coins are the tokenization of a memetic culture that is permeating and transcending throughout the internet. And people want to speculate on the momentum of that trend and that meme. And by getting in early, you have the ability to make a lot of money off of that momentum compounding. And so the future of culture, I think, is tokenized, because whenever you add a financial layer to something, what does that really do? It creates alignment, right? And so culture can compound and snowball so much more effectively when it has a layer of financialization to it. And it also adds a layer of proliferation that I think wasn't already existing. So on one side of the spectrum, you can be super passionate about a meme, you can engage with it, you can communicate with it. And now with tokenization, you have the ability to actually participate in its financial success, if it were to have any, and your proliferation, your contributions as a community member actually can benefit you directly. And right, so like memes is an example, but you see this new movements pop up. Elon Musk talks about the American Party, really just an idea, but you can tokenize that idea and speculate on its success. And if and when that party becomes successful, the initial, tokenization of it, the one that the community galvanizes around, will compound and gain momentum. So you're adding financial rails to a thing that's not really financialized today. I mean, there's a lot of businesses today that probably have billions of dollars in impact to culture, but only have, $10 million a year in EBITDA. And so it's a really interesting paradigm shift. I mean, I talk about this with Pudgy and Pengu. Pengu on its face, like Pudgy Penguins, the business has been doubling year over year. This year we'll do $50 million in revenue, fingers crossed. The year after that, we'll do $100 million in revenue. I think it's a path to success, and I think the business will eventually reach the strides where I think it's worth tens of billions of dollars. But Pudgy Penguins, Pengu impact on culture is exponentially more meaningful than the EBITDA that we generate.